You just heard an excerpt from the octave and fifth exercise, which I call compact training. These exercises are specially designed to train the facial muscles in a rather static way within the restricted area of a diminished fifth. For those who wonder if this excerpt is the start of the exercise, don't despair. It's the ultimate goal of the rather extended exercise to be reached with regular and diligent practice. It also shows that high register playing is a logical extension of the normal range, provided that the principles of compact playing will be applied, and some sense of vertigo will be suppressed. No, just kidding. I will get back to this material in a later edition. In this episode I'm going to demonstrate specific breath support exercises, but now with the use of the trumpet. First, about a posture with the trumpet. Assume the active position as described in previous editions, lean slightly forward and focus on your pyramidalis. Your upper body is now completely relaxed. By holding a trumpet, the relaxed upper body may grow tense again. It's therefore important to hold your instrument in a relaxed manner. Avoid clenching the instrument. You basically only hold the trumpet in your left hand, or better, let the instrument rest in your left hand. The less tension you feel in your left hand, the better it is. Your right hand is best kept completely free to operate the valves. Your thumb may balance the instrument by putting it under the lead pipe. Try, however, not to use the little finger hook. By placing your little finger behind the hook, you tend to hold the trumpet with both hands, which will cause a tendency to pull the trumpet to your face and limiting your finger dexterity. The slowest finger on your hand, as it shares a flexor muscle with the little finger, is your ring finger. By blocking your little finger, placing it behind the hook, your ring finger becomes slower. My teacher explained to me in a very colorful manner, you only use the finger hook to pick up a pint with your left hand, or, if necessary, a mute. To wrap things up, we are going to do some exercises for breathing in and out with your trumpet. The principle behind these exercises is similar to the exercises in previous episode, however tailored to playing the trumpet. Like in previous video, I'm not going to deal with all the exercises in the book, but limit myself to 2 exercises. For those who already own the method, I keep the same numbering of the exercises as in my book. Starting with exercise 7 in my book. Focus on your posture and pyramidalis. Quietly breathe out without breathing in first, all rest there. Take a deep breath using your abdomen and play 7 C2 notes as illustrated in a moment. If you feel the pulse of the accent being triggered with your pyramidalis, you are applying the correct breath support technique. Ensure that you use all the air you have inhaled. Breathe in using your low abdomen and keep strict time. The reflex in your lower abdomen, which you develop on the quarter notes, should be a strong pulse inward. If on the quarter notes your abdomen is pressing outward, you are not providing proper breath support. You are probably tensing your abdominal muscles. In my method I use 3 articulations in this exercise. So breathe out. and so on with 11 notes. Also try inhaling without expelling rest air first. Ultimately, this new approach should become the standard technique. After all, breathing out rest air is not very practical when playing music. Now I'm going to exercise 11. The goal of next exercise is to develop the pulse in your abdomen. By increasing the interval, the pulse or stimulus in your abdomen needs to increase accordingly. Make sure it's your pyramidalis, not your embouchure that does the work. This exercise is intended to develop the pulse in your abdomen. Focus on your posture and pyramidalis. Take a deep breath using your lower abdomen and play as illustrated in a moment. Posture and breathing techniques are just two in a range of techniques you can apply to improve your playing abilities and comfort. Other techniques are, for example, the function of the tongue and compact training. I will further discuss these in the following episodes. With the 4 videos this far, I have tried to support the ideas and techniques to be found in the first 2 chapters of my book Less is More. Chapter 3 contains further definitions that will enable you to perform the daily exercises in a proper and efficient manner. This chapter also includes the story of the injury which I suffered by deviating from these important and basic principles. All in all, too much and too important to deal with in a couple of minutes. For a more detailed information, I strongly advise you to purchase the book. To relax the embouchure, I will now play a chromatic relaxer. Here I want to end this episode and see you back at the next edition, in which I start with the daily exercises of chapter 4. Till next time, and keep following these videos of Less is More.